first and foremost, before I start my interview with you, I know a lot of people don't understand what, many people still don't get what our platform stands for. It is a recruiting platform that is trying to help football players from all parts of the world to make it easy to find people like you that are looking for opportunity to take their career to the next level. But I'm going to tell them more about that as we go on. But first and foremost, my friend Guy, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course, no problem. My name is Guy, as you said. I'm 38 years old. I've been a teacher in school until 8 years ago. And then someone bought a football club that bankrupt. I was a fan of that football club since I was 4 years old.
Okay.
And that football club bankrupt and went to third division. And I was appointed as the vice president of that club. And in 2 years in a row, we won the leagues. We made it to the Premier League.
Wow.
And after 4 years in the club, we sold the club forward, and I left it. And then I started to work as an agent. I went to Africa. I brought 16 players that year from Africa, from different places, to Israel. And then another club bankrupt in second division and called me back to rebuild him. So I joined that club as a CEO, helped to rebuild that club. And after we sold that club, I said to myself, thank you, and no more clubs for me. My passion is young football players from Africa, to bring them all over the world. This is my passion, and this is what I'm doing those days. So in the last 2.5 years, I brought almost 20 players from Ghana, Nigeria, to Israel. And this is what I'm doing now.
Wow, that's a very, very impressive record you have there. You said the club you first worked with, that you were the vice president, that they played in the Premier League. Can you tell us what's the name of the club?
Yes, that club called Apoel Saba. It's still in the first division in the Premier League. After we left, he went down, and then he get back last season to the Premier League. So that club is in the Premier League now. And the second one was Petah Tikva, also Premier League club in Israel, now second division because of the bankruptcy. But great clubs, both of them building young players and selling them forward. When I started in for Saba, in the youth academy, 67 players. When I left after 4 years, there were almost 1,300.
1,000?
1,300 players in the youth academy from age 6 to age 18. 1,300 players.
Amazing. Yeah. That's really fantastic. Well, I still hope a lot more people are still going to join us live. Once again, I have Guy Blum from Israel. Believe it or not, he's making a lot of sacrifice tonight because it's already night time in Israel, but he promised me he's going to make it like 40 minutes. He's not going to spend too much time with us today because it's late and he has other things to do. And you already heard what he said at the beginning, that he's a football guy in and out. There is no other thing that you want to say about him. And moving forward now, I want to ask you another question. As a former football club executive, what can you tell us? Who can you tell us is the ultimate decision maker when a football club wants to sign a player? Who takes the decision? Is it the club? Is it the coach? Is it the scout? Is it the club executive like you were as a vice president and the president? Who takes the decision?
3 years ago, when the coach came to me, I was at second club, I was CEO, and the coach came to me and told me at the beginning of the season, Guy, listen, there are 2 strikers that I want to sign. I want to sign one of them. Please choose. And I told him, listen, if I will choose the striker, how can I fire you on January? So no, as I see that, the coach is the one that needs to decide. If I'm giving him the keys to be in charge of the team, I'm giving him the 100% opportunity to be in charge of building the team. If he fails, it's on him. But if he succeeds, it's because of him. I need to help him. I need to give him everything he needs, but I can advise him. But he is the one that to decide. Okay, unless he's trying to do something crazy, okay, or unless he's trying to go outside of the budget limit of the club. As I see that, the coach is the one to decide always.
Always. That's a very, very strong point right there. And thank you very much for that answer. The other question I'm going to ask you today, as I said earlier, is that what do you, now that you're an agent from a club executive, you are now an agent trying to go into the field yourself to be able to spot a talent. What do you look out for when you are looking for a player to sign? What are the things that you say, okay, I think I like this one? What are the things you look out for?
First of all, I need to explain you something. Even now as an agent, my job is to offer players to the coach. I will never come to the coach, even though that coach was working for me when I was the vice president. I will not tell him, listen, take that player. No, I can offer you this one, and that one. You are the one to choose. Okay, it's his job to choose the players.
Okay?
Yeah, of course, always. For me, it's always that. Now, about what I'm searching for, it depends on the team, it depends on the budget, it depends on the age. As I see that, I love smart players. Okay, it's the most important for me. It doesn't matter if you're a striker or you're a defender. You need to be smart in football. Okay, you don't need to know math. Okay, you don't need to speak Spanish. It doesn't matter. You need to understand football. I know some great football players, very intelligent on the field, but they cannot count. Okay,
that's true. That's true.
The most important, what I see, and I think I have the eye to understand, to estimate if the player is smart enough to play football as a professional or not. Okay, sometimes the defender can be not fast enough. Okay, but he's smart enough to understand where he needs to stand while someone is passing. Okay? Yeah. So sometimes you are smart enough to know where to stand to block the ball, and you don't need to be fast. You know, there is one defender that I know. My defender he came and told me, listen, Guy, in that team that I'm playing now, after every practice, the players, some of the players, they're going to check the speed limit, how much they run. And it doesn't matter. You can run all day long if you don't do smart moves. It doesn't matter how much you run. You need to be smart. I'm running less because I'm smarter. Okay, so this is first of all, the most important thing for me. Okay, second of all, speed. You cannot teach speed if you're not fast enough. You cannot teach that. Okay, it's or you're born with that or not. And the third thing is technique. Technique for me. Technique. Yeah, of course. For me, it's very important. It doesn't matter if you are a goalkeeper. Today, as we all know it, goalkeepers also need to know how to pass.
Yes.
Okay? So goalkeepers are important. Everyone needs to know technique. It doesn't matter if they are strikers or goalkeepers. So for me, smart, fast, and then technique. Those are the three most important things for me.
Absolutely. I think, let me just say here that I think many people might not know what you mean by smart, because what you mean is what you put in smart is total called game intelligence. I think that's what you mean right there.
Exactly.
Game intelligence. So it's very important. So you said for you it is smart, being smart, having game intelligence, speed, and of course technique as a football player are the things you always look out for in a player. Absolutely. I think the person that we had last week said the same thing that you just said now. And also, let me move on now, because I know we don't have you here for too long. There's this general notion that people have. They said players that are born in Europe, and they didn't just say it, I've also seen it over the years. Players in Europe, they tend to have more value as they continue to grow older than players that are not born in Europe. Do you believe in this way of thinking, and do you think it is correct, and how can we fix it?
I think that it doesn't matter where you are born. The most important thing is what you are deciding to do and what you do with it. Okay, for example, I can tell you about Nigerian football players that got an opportunity. Okay, and I have one player here in Israel, and he's not the fastest, and he's not the smartest, but he's working hard. It doesn't matter for him where he plays. If the coach tells him today you are a goalkeeper or today you are, he's doing everything as the coach asks him. And the coach just 2 weeks ago said, even if he cannot sign Abdul for next season, please find me someone like him. Okay. A lot of times the mentality of the players are more important than everything. And you can born in Germany or Spain, but you are arrogant, and no one wants to, and the coach don't want to play with you because you are arrogant on the field, because you think you are the next Ronaldo or the next, I don't know. Yes, and you can born in Benin Republic, okay, and you have passion for football because you know that this football
It's
saves
your life.
It's your life. It's your life. You need to fight for it. Okay, you need to fight for it. So it doesn't matter where you are born. As long as you're doing a good job, I don't know any coach that looks on passport. It's not interesting. Passports are not playing on the field.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you doing judgment to that particular question. One more time for the people that are just joining us, I have Guy Blum online with me today. He's a former football executive. He brought 2 clubs from Israeli second division to the Premier League, and of course, make a lot of money for that club, which I think most people look out for. And of course, before moving on, now he is a super agent that is working with over 80 players now as we speak. And he's today here offering a lot of advice to you guys that are here to learn on how you can make your career better. I'm going to ask him about what he's working on next, but I want to move on to the next question now. As a football agent that you are now, what is the biggest challenge that you have in finding a good player? What is the biggest challenge you're tackling in getting a good player?
I'm working now on a big project in Africa. Actually, the biggest problem in African football is not the talent.
Okay.
You hear me?
You're back. Yeah, you're back now. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the fact that there's no video. There's no video. It means that even if I was in Nigeria and I saw amazing player, I cannot go to the coach and tell him, listen, I saw amazing player last week, take him. Because he needs to see. I told you before, I'm not telling anyone which player to choose. Okay? I can advise, but they need to see him. So I'm working now on a project that includes video for the games. So people can show themselves properly, because with all due respect, at the end of the day, if the club cannot see and estimate your ability, they have nothing to do with it. Okay,
true.
So this is the biggest project now. Video for Africa. I'm organizing amateur leagues like Academies League with video and taking that to my platform and broadcasting to more than 400 clubs around Europe. This is the most important thing for me that I'm working on now. And as I see that, the second problem with African footballers that they are not, they don't have enough tactic. Okay, a lot of players, they don't understand tactic. In Nigeria, for example, most of them play 4-4-2. And when I told to one of the coaches try to play 3-5-2, he said they don't know how to play that. They never played 3-3. They never do that. Yeah, they don't know how to do that. So it's important. And a lot of clubs in Europe, they don't take defenders from Africa because they think they don't understand football. But it's not because the players are not smart enough. It's because no one teach them before. Okay, so this is the second biggest problem with African football. This is why the most successful players from African football are strikers or attacking midfielders or maybe DMs because of the physicality.
So the position.
And because of
the position.
Because they are fast. Okay, they are strong. This gave them an advantage over European football players. But the tactic is a problem with the African footballers.
Well, I am very happy that you said that, and of course you are already doing something about it. I paid attention to the fact that you've mentioned Africa for many minutes in this short conversation. which shows that you have a lot of interest in players from that area. And I'm going to go off my normal question line now. Was there a particular player from Africa that inspired you, or that you watch while growing up, or even now, that makes you to really, really show a lot of interest in African players? Or is it because you think you're going to make a lot of money when you bring in African players? What is driving you? What exactly?
When I was a kid, the club that I was vice president of, called for Saba, when I was a fan of the club, and when I was a kid, 17 years old, Igabini Yakubu came from Nigeria to my club.
I know.
So Igabini Yakubu is the model for me, okay? To find another Igabini Yakubu, to take him from Akwa Ibom in Nigeria, or Jos.
You're talking about Yakubu Ayegbeni, right?
Yeah, Yakubu Ayegbeni, yeah. So he started in my club. He came from Nigeria to the
I know.
This guy, and we are in touch now. I just spoke with him half a year ago, and I told him, listen, when I was a kid, I was a fan of you. We are at the same age, but you were amazing. This kind of players that came from nowhere, okay? Agbini came from nowhere, and he managed to be amazing. He did an amazing career. This is something I'm searching for.
That is exactly what I was thinking of. Well, before we go on, I saw some of my very good friends that joined this live interview. They are also very top people. I see Nichols joined. I see Dr. Cottrell joined. I see my schoolmate at the Football Business Academy. He also joined. So thank you guys for watching live. If you have any question for Guy Blum, please type it, and I will ask him right away. I think we still have him for like 20 more minutes before he goes to where he needs to go. So if you have any question for him at all, please type it, and I will definitely ask him your question. Guy, let me ask you the next question now. Even though I think you already answered from one of the things that you said earlier, do you think in the future, I mean, when I say future, the future is now, or in the next 3 to 4 or 5 years, do you think technology will have a lot of impact on the game, that it will be possible for club to start signing players through internet? Do you think something like that is going to happen? Or what do you think is the future for football?
I think actually that no one knows because of that situation with the coronavirus. Clubs will have less money to invest. Clubs will search in lower divisions players to go forward. Clubs will give opportunity to young players to go forward. Clubs will search players in cheap countries like Africa, like Asia, like Jamaica, for example. Okay, South America and some countries, clubs will start scouting over there, and those countries need to jump in for that situation and use. There are two big websites now that everyone are using: Insta Scout and Y Scout. Those are the two statics. The big websites. All the clubs using those websites.
Yeah.
Exactly, because of the video coverage of the leagues, and if there are leagues without that video coverage, it's very difficult to go from those places. You cannot offer a player from Tanzania because there's no
video.
No video.
There's no platform for them.
No one, exactly, and there is no coach, no reasonable coach will take a player from Africa without seeing him. With all due respect to scouts that come in and telling the coach, listen, I saw someone today. Everyone wants to see video. Okay, and statistics is not enough. They need to see that the player has, like we said before, a game
intelligence.
Game intelligence. Yes, thank you. So forget about it.
I know you call it smartness.
Exactly. So with all due respect to technology, video is the most important thing. And I know we spoke before. Short clips or video clips are not enough. By the way, I'm getting hundreds of video clips to my cell phone every week. Actually, every day, few, and we have nothing to do with it. Because
exactly.
No. With all respect, I prefer to see a full game.
A match situation.
Exactly. I see players that taking the ball and shooting the ball. I have nothing to do with it.
Nah.
Maybe when you on live when you get the ball and someone is jumping over you, you cannot handle the pressure and you cannot do anything with it. Maybe you're not smart enough to pass the ball. Maybe you're not fast enough. So at the end of the day, the most important thing is video of a real situation game. This is the most important.
Absolutely.
This is what coaches need. This is what reasonable coaches need.
Thank you very much for that answer. I think I already have a question. Let me ask you before I continue with my next question for you. One of my friends is a friend and is a partner. He's based in Cleveland, Ohio. He's here in the United States too. And he also has a lot of interest in African players, just like you. Even though I've not asked him who inspired him, but you told me very clearly Yakubu Ayegbeni was that interest. And his question was, what do you suggest beginning players should do to get ready in Africa? Should they go to an academy? What do you suggest? How does players that are looking for opportunity, how do they go?
They must, few things. First of all, they must join academy or any club or any opportunity. Okay, they cannot play at home. They cannot play in the street. They must play in academy. And second of all, when opportunity comes, because many academies doing tournaments and hosting scouts from all over the world, they need to be sure that the club owner, his goal is not to earn $1 billion from every player.
Yeah.
They need to understand that the goal of the club owner is to promote players. I know a lot of players that they are not playing in Europe now because of club owners that thought that they can sell them from Africa in $500,000, and when that offer didn't came, they said no, we're gonna get another offer, and it never came. And after specific age, no one will take a player age 23 or 24 from Africa. No. It's not gonna happen.
True.
You have a window of opportunity, age 17, 18, maximum 19. After that, no one will take you. Let's think as a coach for a minute. Let's say we are watching a tournament, and there is a player that in age 23, and he looks good. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, this player is playing in that academy for 5 years. He was playing in tournaments let's say once a monthly tournament.
Yes.
So many scouts saw him since age 18 till 23. How come never anyone took him to you? Exactly.
That's a lie. You will know that's a lie.
Exactly. So not everyone wants players age 17, maximum 19. That's it. If you have opportunity, don't think about money. Money is not important at the beginning. You need to go no matter what. Just go out from Africa. When you're over there in Europe, you got opportunity. You got video coverage to the games. There is a possibility you go, okay, third division. That's better than staying in Africa and never get opportunity, because after a specific age, you cannot go to Europe.
Anyway.
And you cannot, and if you went back to Africa from Europe, that's the biggest mistake. Stay, fight for your life, get less money, send less money to your family. I know that all the families in Africa telling everyone, please send money. If you don't earn $10,000, you're worth nothing. No, don't look on someone else's pocket. Don't look on someone else's contract. Get your opportunity and fight for it and go up step by step. Otherwise, you will not make it.
Absolutely. I really, really appreciate that. And let me just say this. Let me just give this little information because of what you said. I actually just finished writing a book. I titled it "Roadmap to a Successful Football Career," and I'm going to send the link to you so you can order when it comes out in the next 1 week. About what you just said now. I think one of the number one problem with players, maybe mainly in Africa, is lack of information like this, like you just provided now. Many of them don't know what to do. And when some does, they don't know how to go about it, or they just don't want to work hard enough. You have already mentioned a lot of things today that a player needs to succeed. You said technique, you said speed, you said intelligence, you said hard work, you said mentality of the player, and you also said the other challenge you are having is tactics of the coaches. That some coaches don't like switching things around. What you said is very true. In Africa, we've had more wingers simply because of the 4-4-2 pattern that they play. So I think the book will do a lot of justice, and maybe when you see it also, you also understand, and of course, I know you share with some of your colleagues, and they will buy also as well from there. But let me move on now and ask you another question. Since you already talk about video, what is the longest attention span that you have? How long can you sit down and say, okay, I want to watch this player video? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20. What is your own longest attention span that you can watch a video for?
Listen, I love football. I can watch for hours, okay?
4 hours?
But, no, I can watch hours, but for me,
hours.
Yeah. But the matter of fact is, when you are watching a game, sometimes after 3 times that the player touched the ball, you can understand if there is something interesting about him or not. Now, yes, I know it's not fair to estimate after 10 minutes, okay? But sometimes after first touch, you can say, okay, this guy is smart. You can see by the movement, even though he's not touching the ball in the first 10 minutes, but you see his movements from the ball or to the ball, you can understand. You can see that he understands football. Okay, this is first of all. Sometimes it takes more than half an hour to understand, because the striker is not touching the ball every 2 minutes. Sometimes he's not touching the ball. It's not his fault. Sometimes you can watch a game, the striker is not touching the ball because the other team is attacking. So it really depends what you are searching for. For me, I believe in myself that I can estimate players in 15 minutes are enough. After those 15 minutes, you need to see more to understand if in those 15 minutes you can understand that there is interest. Okay, this player is interesting, and then you need to see more. But the basic for me is 15 minutes of him playing and touching the ball.
15 minutes.
Yeah, for me.
Okay, let me ask you this question that I will have again before I turn off the comments, so we can I can ask you more questions and I can open back the comments, and then we can read all the questions. The person said many players go out from Africa and they get stuck because they cannot get clubs because teams have international player rule. What do these stranded players need to do? Like Turkey is one place. What do you have to say to that?
I can tell you that there are many people trying to get money from players, okay, and they're fooling them to go to Turkey or North Cyprus or all kind of those countries, and they're asking them to pay, okay, to come for. Don't do that, okay? Those are liars. First of all, those people are liars. Second of all, a lot of times, as I said before, the agents and the boss, the owner of the players, they are the big problems. I can tell you a story, a very simple one.
Please tell me.
2.5 years ago, one of the top goal scorers in Nigeria, I reached him. I gave him an opportunity. I sent him a contract from the champions of Finland. Okay, Cups. The team offered him 5,000 euros. Okay, salary. And many bonuses. And I called him and he told me, listen, Guy, I'm not the one to decide. Please talk to my boss. And I called to his boss. And his boss said, okay, that opportunity is great. But with all due respect, I need to go to the club to tell them that I want to move him forward. Now, for that, no. And the club, he also said it's not a problem. The club owner is his brother. I was happy. And then he said, listen, Guy, I need you to send me money because I need to buy fuel, I need to charge my phone, and I want to buy mineral water on the way to the club.
Really?
I told him, yes. And he asked me to send him 5,000 naira, $12.
Wow.
Okay, $12. I told him, listen, your player is getting 5,000 euro monthly. If he signed that contract, you're going to get commission 2,500 euros. So go to your wallet, take out 5,000 naira, do what you need. Let's sign the player. I sent you the flight ticket. I sent you the contract. Just sign. That's all. That's all. And he said, no, if you don't send me those 5,000 naira, I'm telling him not to sign.
Wow.
I called that player. I told him, listen, this is your future. This is your career. Your boss is asking for $12. You giving up for your career, on your career, for $12. And he said, I'm sorry, I'm not the one to decide. So this boy, he stayed in Nigeria. I know that after that he went to Algeria and he came back to Nigeria, but he's not earning 10% of it, okay? And it's only because of the guy he chose
to manage him.
To manage him, exactly. And I can tell you, I'm sorry to say that, but I can tell you so many stories about those situations. So sometimes, or maybe most of the times, this is one of the most important things. A lot of players, they don't know. They don't even know. When I was a vice president and I was about to sign a player, one of the agents came to my room 10 minutes before the meeting with the player, and he says, listen, Guy, this player is going to sign only if you take that other player that I'm offering you. And I said, listen, your player is a winger, and you are offering me now to take a defender. I don't need a defender. I have enough defenders. He said, I don't care. If you don't take my defender, that winger will not sign. I will tell the winger that you are offering him a bad salary, and he will get a better opportunity somewhere else. And this is what happened. And the player didn't even knew that his future tied up to another player. So to take someone that managing you is very important. Very, very important.
I mean, I don't know what to say, but I don't want you to mention the player's name, and thank you for not mentioning his name.
I didn't.
Yeah, thank you for not mentioning his name, but I believe what you said is very true, and believe me or not, before I find this platform, I still own a football academy in Nigeria. I know I've not told you about that before. And if I tell you the reason why I relocated to America, you'll probably cry on the telephone right now because of somebody that you just mentioned now, people like that. And, you know, you can't really judge the players most of the time because these guys that they depend on, they I don't know what to tell them, you know. And there are so many stories like that.
This guy was not academy boy. He was national team player. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that?
I will tell you his name later without the viewers.
That's fine. I will definitely ask you.
I can show you the contract that he got.
I believe you. I believe what you're saying because I know stories like this. He's not the only one. There are so many stories like that. For viewers, I'm going to turn back on the comments later. But because I'm recording this and I want to make sure some of the things that Guy said that people see it later on so that they can learn because people are not learning. They can learn and you can, if in case you miss some of the points he made, you can be able to. So that's why I have to turn off the comment. I will turn it back on in about 10 minutes. I have 2 more questions for him and then we can discuss other things. My other question is, how long should, I think you have already answered that and you've already said what you need to see. But what is your best advice for a young player? Now that you already talk about this very sad experience that you have personally now and some other ones that you know, what is the best advice you can offer a player? What are the little steps they can take themselves to be successful? I know you have already said video is very important, but number one, they should join an academy or any club that is doing something. But what are the other things you say, okay, I'm Guy, with all my experience, this is what I want to advise you. What is your advice?
They need, first of all, never give up, okay? Never give up. Coach like someone that never gives up on the field also, not only outside. Now, there are players that are playing in academies in Africa and scouts are seeing them again and again and again and they never picked up. And, you know, I spoke with one of the guys that's working for me in Ghana and I told him, listen, arrange the tournament, send me the video. And he told me something crazy. No, actually it was a Nigerian guy, not the Ghanaian guy. He told me something that I couldn't understand. He told me, Guy, if those boys, they don't see white men outside the field, they will not play serious. They will not be serious. And This is the problem. This is the problem. You need to be serious in every
All the
practice.
time.
In every practice, in every game, everything you need to, everything you're doing, you need to be the best. All the time. Ronaldo is the best in every practice. And those boys, they need to be the best in everything. They need passion to win the game, even if no one is watching. When I'm betting a friend of mine, I don't know, we play backgammon, I want to win. I want to win. You know, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You know, I can give you an example. I asked one of the players that I have, young one. Let's say me and you now playing, and the ball hit us. We are not together. You are one team, I'm second team. The ball hit us and go out. Who has the ball? Who has the ball now? The ball is yours or mine? The ball. Answer, please answer. The ball is yours or mine?
What did you say?
Let's say we are playing against
you're asking me. Okay.
Yes, I'm asking you. Let's say the ball hit us and went outside. Who has the ball now? Me and you?
The referee will have to decide.
No, always me. It's always my ball. You understand? Don't be naive. Go get the ball. Go get the ball. Maybe the referee said, no, it's his ball. But first of all, it's my ball.
Yes, that's true.
You understand? And
okay, I understand now.
There are many naive people. You don't like to see player naive on the field. It's always my ball. I want to win everything. Never give up. Those things are important in football. Okay? They are important for life, not only in football. They are important in everything. But you can see it on the field also.
So he said, never be naive, never give up. Always. I mean, if anything happens, always believe it is your mistake. It's not. Don't put it on anybody. Because I also want to believe that's what you mean when you said if the ball touches either of us, whose ball it is. Don't look at it and say, go and get it. You go and get the ball.
Exactly. It's my ball. Always my ball.
That's it. I also learned a lesson right there. And this is the last question before I turn back the comments, before people comment, so I can let you go. Do you consider location of a player before signing them? That, okay, this player is in, let me mention a very far country, Singapore, for example.
No. I told you, we are playing football, not passports. It's not important. It's not important. I've been 3 months ago. I was in Benin Republic. Okay, I went to Paracau. I was in Cotonou. I was in Paracau. White men, when they're coming to Ghana, they always go to Accra. I've been in Kumasi. I've been in Sunyani, north of Ghana. It's not important as long as they know football and they want to be professional. I don't care the passport, the color, no.
Wow,
no.
That's very good. Okay, so let me turn back the comments and see. So you can ask your questions now for the next 5 minutes before I let a guy go away. I think we already have a question. How many games video should a player have?
As much as he can, but full games. No short something. Okay, only full games. No one wants to see short clip of you. You know, many times I just got 2 hours ago a video clip of a defender, and I watched 5 minutes of defender, and he's not defending. All the first minutes, I saw him attacking. I saw him attacking. I saw him dribbling, but I don't know if he knows how to defend. First of all, he's a defender. They said he's a right back, so I want to see how he defend the ball. I want to see where he stands when the other team is attacked. I don't want to see him scoring or something like that. So this is why the game is important.
All right. Your question, give us your questions in the next 2 minutes because I have to let Guy go. He gave me 40 minutes. I think we're already on the 44th minute now. Let's ask a question so that I can let him go. But thank you very, very, very much for making yourself available. I'm very sure we're going to have a lot of other discussion after this chat and see how we move on. But this question I'm going to ask you now is just going to be random. So which is your favorite football club in the world?
Apol Saba, my club. No question about it. No question.
Okay, that's good. So
club. That's it.
Okay, so which one is your favorite national team in the world, national football team in the world?
Israel. I'm
Israel.
Yes. I love the way the teams that Guardiola coach they're playing. Okay, very smart. Okay, Man City now they play amazing, very very smart football. I love to see how the players moving around the field. This is new game. Okay, Guardiola
Sure.
actually invented a new game, and I love to see his teams.
Okay. Well, this one is always very controversial, but I always ask it anyway. Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi?
Lionel Messi. Messi is smarter. For me, he's smarter. With all due respect to Ronaldo, physicality and achievements.
Lionel Messi for you?
Yeah. For me, it's Messi.
That's very interesting. Among all playing position, which one? I know you say you don't have a favorite. Before I ask this question, which one is your favorite kind of players? Do you like a goalkeeper more, a defender more,
No. For me,
or striker?
For me, I don't know if you know Eyal Berkovic. Check after that. Eyal Berkovic passes. Okay, he played for Man City also in Celtic.
I know Berkovic. Yeah.
Berkovic is the smartest player that I ever saw. He's like Xavi from Barcelona. Okay, smart player. Iniesta. Okay, those positions. You can over there in the midfield when you don't have many space and you don't have a lot of time to think before you pass the ball. This is for me smart players to play like Iniesta.
That's good. You like creative players. Okay, we have two questions. Exactly. Let me ask you quickly.
Okay.
They said video is very expensive in Africa. So what should be the minimum video for African players? That's the first one.
I don't really understand the questions.
Yeah, I think I understand that, and I think we are finding a way out on how players can create a video. You already said it. You said
they don't need to create. They don't need to create. They can put a camera and videotape full game. That's it. No editing, no nothing. Full game. Very simple.
And just upload it. Okay. This one said, where should we send the videos to, and is there age range?
As we said before, the age for me is 17 to 19, something like that. Where should they send? Actually, everyone can talk to me. I have a video application. Yeah, I'm working on it.
I'm going to share it. I'm going to share. Like I said, we're going to talk about that, and we're going to have a lot of success together in the future. But for your question, the biggest platform for video, if you don't know where to upload video, is YouTube. Let your video be on YouTube and share with people. But like Guy said now, people are creating new platforms that are specific. If you're a football player, you are going to have a specific place to go. If you're a basketball player, there will be a specific place for you to go. Each sport is developing. So, and he also said now that this coronavirus pandemic is giving opportunity for everybody to become creative. Opportunity. Clubs are not going to have money. I'm sure if you have been watching from the beginning, he said that already. He said clubs are going to be looking for players in cheap countries. They're going to be looking for players in Africa, in Northern Europe, in Asia, in some countries that in Jamaica. I know you mentioned that specifically. Yeah. So make sure you are getting your stuff together, and of course, make yourself available. I have to let you go now, my friend. Thank you one more time. I really, really appreciate you for making yourself available, for offering us information that we can pay thousands of dollars for free. Thank you very much, and I will definitely.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
What is your last? What's the last thing you want to say before I let you go?
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that.
Okay. Final question. I said, what's the hope for players above 23 years? Because there is a lot of them in Africa, and I want you to tell them the truth. What is the hope for them?
The truth.
Nothing.
Go to learn something else. I'm sorry about it, but I don't know anyone from Europe that will take a 24, 25 years old directly from Africa unless he played in high level of, I don't know, very, very, very big clubs in Africa, and he needs to move somewhere in Asia or something like that. To go to Europe in that age, almost impossible. Almost impossible.
Well, the same question this one is asking, he has already answered that. If you want to be taken serious, and that is why you have to join an academy from when you are maybe 5, 6 year old, when you can have understanding, and then before you are 17 to 19-year-old, you will become a successful person. Thank you very much, Guy. Have a great day, and of course, I'll be in touch with you. Bye-bye, my friend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, sir. Bye. Well, you had it there. That's all about it for this session. It's been a very, very great one. I really enjoy it. Ayomide Nabil said, hope the time for sending